And we're live.
Hello,
Good morning,
hello.
everybody. We'll wait for everyone to come in. I don't put it on my YouTube at the same time because my internet's terrible. So I only have the StreamYard, and okay, it does tell you. I'm like, does StreamYard tell you how many people are in? But they do. So
I can't see.
yeah.
Cause,
So
'cause
we just had it just went from 0 to 3 here. But are they counting you, me, and Angie?
no, because
No.
all my YouTube tabs are closed.
Okay. All right. We'll just give everybody a few minutes, and I'm just going to take a quick sip of tea.
I wanted to make tea, but I didn't have time.
I was scrambling. I was just telling Angie, Annie, I'm so frazzled today, which I always get this way, but today is David's last day of work. So I know once he's off today, it'll go a little bit quicker because I can get him to help me wrap. I only have Grace's presents to wrap. So yeah. So hello, Angie. Thank you for dropping by. Hello, Patrick. Thank you for dropping by. Hello, Ram. Thank you for dropping by. We'll just give everybody a few minutes, but I wanted to do this. I mean, I certainly don't have an insane amount of subscribers, but I figured Annie is so close. What were you saying, Annie? You have 3 different numbers. Let's go with the highest.
Okay, so the highest is 8953.
So close.
I can almost that would just reaching that would give me 3 of the qualifications of 4.
Yep.
The 4th qualification is the one that's probably going to kick me in the butt. I'm missing 4,000 minus 326 about 740 hours of watch time.
Okay. So we got to get you to. So once we have some subscribers, we get her there. Y'all have to go watch all her videos. Like, watch them all. You might even have to try and do the lives count towards your watch hours too, right?
Yeah. So not this one, but
no,
the ones that I do every Sunday gives me an average of 10 to 30 hours a week.
Okay.
But since I am an active account for 2 years, they counted the last 365 days. So yesterday and up to 365 days, that's a 300 rolling. So I'm always I'm in competition of what I did last year.
Okay.
But it's only a matter of days or weeks. I'm so close.
And I was the exact opposite. I had insane amount of watch hours, but I couldn't get the 1,000 subscribers. Like, that was so frustrating. It was weird to have. I'm like, how can I have so many watch hours but not have? Because people were watching but not subscribing.
Yeah. At first, what hit me the hardest is the people thought by just clicking my video that I invested 20 minutes of length of video. So that's 4 or 5 times of working it. They would click on it and close it. And like it. And I still have people doing this to me. They think they're helping me by doing that, but they're not.
Right.
So I told my dad and my mom, especially, I'm like, if you don't have time to commit to my 7 or 12-minute video, just share it. Don't watch it. Don't click on it, because you're hurting me. You're massacring my analytics. You have to at least listen to half of it for it to be beneficial for me.
Right.
Because you're telling YouTube, oh, that video is not interesting. You open it and then you close it 10 seconds after. So they're not pushing my video. So if I have 50 people doing that or 20 people doing that, YouTube's AI is saying, oh, that video is not interesting. So it's hurting me more. So I have a couple of those.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, once we get you to 1,000, because I'm determined to do it, I'll have David, my husband, and the kids. I'm like, hey, go watch Annie's videos. Just let them run on your laptops and stuff, and we'll get you your hours, no time. But we'll concentrate on the subscribers today. And, we're always talking about doing random acts of kindness, and it's the spirit of Christmas, and do something nice. And we always do it for strangers. And I'm like, we always do it for strangers, but why don't we do it for friends too? Which, I mean, doing it for strangers is important, but your friends can use kindness too,
Of
and
course.
especially after the last couple of years we've had. And
Yeah.
what's wonderful about this act of kindness, it doesn't cost you a dime. It costs you nothing.
Well, your time, a little bit of your time.
It costs you your time, but actually physical money, it won't cost you anything.
No.
You'll feel good because you're helping someone, and you help a wonderful person like Annie reach a goal, of 1,000 subscribers. And I can tell you, I've known Annie just about a year now. I think
Almost
we met
a year.
right around Christmas or right after Christmas. I can't remember if it was the pantry challenge that we kind of found one another, or if it was before Christmas. I can't remember.
All I remember is the first time I chit-chatted with you was on a live, and we were talking about the conference. And then I have a terrible memory, so I met Marilyn, first, after I met Remy, and then I was like picking up on others that was in Canada, like Remy saying, "Oh, did you know this one's in Canada too? Or this one's in Canada too?" So like I picked one of you one after the other because I had no idea. I thought I was alone in this world.
I did too. It's when I wanted to start the channel because I didn't realize. And then once I did, it's all of a sudden, I'm like, isn't that weird how I found everybody after I started? Yeah. And I found your live one night, and I was watching you on the big TV because I watch a lot of my YouTube on my TV, actually. And I'm like, I said, I looked at David and I said, she sounds Canadian. She sounds French Canadian. He's like, yes, in Canada. And sure enough, so that's how I found you. And I think Rem, I found, and then when we started saying, hey, they're Canadian too. And that's how I found Mike and Angie and Chris and Steph. And
it all started, it's a channel that found me. And I was just about to, like, I made my first video almost 3 years ago in December. And I think it's been 3 years. And I posted my why I was doing a video. But then I'm not tech savvy, like, at all. And like, it was so hard for me. Like, I was filming and it was odd angles and it was horrible. So like after my second video, I didn't even publish them. I just like said, okay, that's not for me. But then Quebec Homestead, Mallory said, just do it, film it. Even if it's like ... I'm not going to say it. Film it, edit it, get some experience, and do it. And I waited about almost a year to do it. And she was reaching milestone after milestone after milestone. She was like coming in, checking up on me. And she like, she was like, do it, just do it. And at one point I started asking her so many questions because I was doing it. And she just reached, I think, 10,000 subscribers at the time. And she's like, I don't have time to answer all of your questions, maintain my house renovations and all that. And she paired me with Remy that just reached the milestone of being monetized. She's like, he just reached it. Ask him your questions. He's about at the same area where you are tech-wise, region-wise. And we just, it's how it started. He's the first one I met after Mallory. Okay. And then slowly Remy brought all of us full circle, and we're adding people like.
And I found Quebec Homestead too, kind of the same way. I think she was on somebody else's live or something. And I'm like, Quebec Homestead. And then, of course, finding out her husband is a military veteran too, like my husband. I'm like, how did I not see these people? I will be honest with you. Until 2020, I barely watched YouTube.
Barely. I was on YouTube.
I had no idea. I thought YouTube was to watch video, music videos and learn how to repair something on your car for the most part. Like I really, and I mean, I shouldn't say I did watch like crocheting videos when I was having a hard time with a stitch. I would go look it up, but I didn't realize that there were whole channels with videos and different things and lives and all that. And then 2020 happened, and I started watching, first it was a lot of crafting videos because I was home going out of my mind bored. So, and that's just how it started for me. And I was like you, like, I think for 8 months, I sat and said, I'm not going to, and my husband and my son especially was like, Mom, you just got to put it out. Put it out. Even if you're not 100% happy with the video, you'll never do it if you don't take that first step. And I think that's it. And it was scary as heck.
Yeah, I remember posting my first video. I think it's sewing onions in plug trays. I think that was like my first real video that I edited beginning from start. And like that button, like that just little button, publish, like I think I sat in front of my computer for hours. And my husband's like, "You will never learn if you don't press that button." And then like the what ifs.
Yep.
What if? What
Yep.
if? What if? What if? And he's like, "And what if what? Like what's the worst that can happen? Like people are going to troll you? Yes. People are going to tell you you're not right? Yes.
Yes.
But
Oh,
then
yes.
you're just going to go next, 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 and you're going to figure it out." And now I'm almost 2 years in, and like comments you've made, videos you've made, people like make videos like, "Oh my god, this is cute, I want to try doing it." And then you like create your flavor
Yep.
around inspiration.
Yep.
And then I'm just trying to find my voice, but it's like taking me a little while, but the
I did
information is
everything
there.
wrong because my first video was video they tell you not to do. It was introducing myself and what I hope to have on my channel going forward. And apparently you're not supposed to do that.
um I don't remember that tip. I know that I'm missing one video. It's they told me in training I followed that you're supposed to make an introduction of who like you, what is your channel about, like in like I wanted to have like a bank of videos and then like come up with a collage and then like talk over it. That's the only video I'm not there yet. Like I'm
Yeah.
missing some aerial shots and
Oh,
like
the trailer. Yeah,
yeah.
I've been slowly working on the trailer for months now, but
Mhm.
it's a lot because you don't want it too long. So I'm trying to take little things from different things, and and I want it pretty with music, and I'm determined in the new year to get this darn trailer done. Because yeah, I don't have that yet either, and I had something there. I had the short that I liked, and I think it was when I was hardening off my seedlings, and I'm like, okay, I'll put that as my trailer for now.
Mhm.
It has some music, and of course, apparently, I got dinged for that because I got it from YouTube Studio, which is what really is frustrating. That's what's so
Well,
frustrating. Like, if you can't use it, why do you give it as an option for me to
there's two
use it?
types of audio, from what I understand. There is a type of audio that you do not need to add a recognition at the bottom of your description, and it has like this rectangle and a play
Yep,
sound.
yep,
And then the one that says CC,
yep. That's the one. Yeah,
that's the one you have to do something about it. I never take those because I'm like, I'm gonna forget doing it.
me too, me too. And I'm like, that will be the video that does the best for me of all.
Yeah, probably.
But for me, it's the shorts. It's just a short. So when you pull up your audio on your short, you don't see whether it's, or at least I don't. I don't see if it's a CC or not. So I just figure if they give it to me as an option, it's one I can use. And apparently, no, that's not the case. So anyway, I had that as my trailer, but then when I got hijacked a little over a month ago and I changed everything, I didn't bother putting it back up as my trailer. So, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's I
Wait,
thought I
you
was techie a little bit until I started my YouTube channel. And then I realized I knew
we learn a lot. We like I share the good, the bad, and ugly,
Yep.
and like it's part of it. When I have the comments, why don't you do more videos? Why don't I do videos? Like at one point, I was like, okay, it takes 5 times the amount. So if if your video is 10 minutes long, picture that it's going to take me 50 minutes minimum to create that video for you.
Yep.
When I started, it was 10 times that. So if my video was 10 minutes, it took me like an entire day to do.
Yeah, I'm getting quicker. I will say I'm getting a little bit better, and I'm not having to edit quite as much as I was. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same, and I mean, my videos are better than they used to be. They still have a long way to go, and by no means my videos are not perfect. But I had to stop. I fell into the trap of trying to be perfect, trying to be
Mm-hmm.
Instagram picture worthy,
Oh,
doing
yeah.
everything. That was really taking me longer because I was making even more mistakes because I was so worried about making a mistake because then I'd have to stop and do everything again. And I'm like, this is not me. this is not the channel I set out to do. I want people to see fails. I want people to see, oh, darn it, I just spilled that all over myself, because it happens. It's life.
Yep,
You
it
know, I mean,
does.
and I don't share everything. Like, man, do I have a blooper reel I'm working on right now and laughing because, yeah, some of them are pretty funny.
I had a
And I'm
video.
hoping to get that ready for the new year.
The video that's coming out today, I wanted to put the bloopers in at the end, but I'm like, I can't do that because I might get flagged. Because like my dog is next to me and I'm doing something and he's cleaning himself. And at one point he's like, nom, nom. He's licking like crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't put that on YouTube. It's like, but then I wanted to put it as a blooper at the end.
Yep.
But I'm like, I can't do that. So I was thankful that I let the video roll longer than I was planning in case, because I wasn't watching what my dog was doing. So I was like, thank God I let my camera roll like a minute extra, so I don't take the first part of the video. I take the second video because like the licking part is not good.
I know. I don't even realize what my dogs are doing till I go to edit, and I'm like, oh, there goes Puggy in the video. Oh, there's Lily at my feet begging for whatever I'm making.
Yeah, but that's cute. That's cute.
You know, don't notice it anymore because it happens. If I'm in the kitchen, they're in the kitchen. So, but yeah, no, I don't think. Oh, Remy's at work, so he probably can't do it. I was hoping maybe I can do it. Oh, hello, Generational Homestead. Thank you for dropping by. Let me see if I can. I'm going to go share your link to your channel.
Oh, a moderator?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a mod on your account.
No, I know. I should make you one. At this point, I think we should just make everybody a mod on our.
You have to know the person at least.
Yeah. Copy. Okay. Let's see if I can get this to work. Woohoo! It worked. There we go. There's a link to Annie's channel for any of you who haven't subscribed yet. And I think what's great about your channel, Annie, is like, I mean, we aren't on, I mean, we're on 3 acres, but the truth of the matter is I use a very small portion of that for my garden because a lot of our land is still not where it needs to be for different things. But like you are on a small plot, and the amount of food that you can produce is unreal. Like, and I think you're the perfect example to show people, look, you don't have to have 40 acres and a tractor and to make enough food for your family.
It does help. I'll be honest. Tools on wheels would tremendously help.
I'd love a tractor. I'd love just a small one. It doesn't have to be a huge one, just a small one.
Like if I am able to restart my homestead one day, I'm probably going to do the same thing. Raised bed gardens for kitchen, in-ground garden for production, in like a trial garden. Like I would like to have like sections, but like spaces where I can walk would be like tremendously bigger. Like between my raised bed gardens, I have like between 20 inches and 24 inches. That's just enough for a bucket to pass. Like I can't even put down, I have like these big boxes when I pick up my tomatoes. I can't put them down on the ground next to me because like it's too tight.
Yeah.
And when I bring compost, I have to fill 5-gallon buckets and I have to bring the bucket to the back of the 15 feet garden bed. So yes, I get these like strong arms, but my back kills.
Yeah.
Like, it hurts. In my market garden, if I like the in-ground garden, if I had an opening in the back for the small tractor we have like this lawn mower tractor that we modified a little bit, we would be able to bring the tractor and the compost inside, but I still can't. I can only bring buckets inside.
Yeah. I mean, some of the plans we're stopping for a little bit here because we're starting to wonder if we're going to stay here. we never thought we'd be saying this, but we're thinking we're going to start looking and seeing if we basically, it's going to have to be pretty perfect for us to move again, because I don't want to move.
Moving is something. Moving a homestead, moving a house with kids, regardless their age. Yep. It's hard.
I mean, we're military, so we've been fortunate that we've had our moves. I'll say they were done for us, meaning like people, they come in, they pack, they load on a truck, and then
really?
You move. But
he's retired.
2 of our moves have been nightmares because if the subcontractors they hire are not great, it's bad. It's bad. When we moved here to Trenton from Nova Scotia and we're unpacking stuff, they put all their garbage from their breakfast and lunch all in our boxes.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh yeah, that was the first thing. I was livid. They stole things from things just didn't show up, and they're like, "Well, all your boxes are accounted for." I said, "Yeah, what I'm saying is I don't think they ever made it into boxes."
Yeah.
So anyway, so we won't have, in a way, we won't have the move paid for if we move again, because David's not full-time military anymore, and the reserves don't get that kind of
privilege.
In a way, I don't mind it because it will force us to have to purge, because we won't take everything with us, for one. And I can pack things the way I want, so things actually make it to the other end. But so we're going to slow back a bit. But one of the things we're not slowing down on is we are changing our garden this year. And as David said, he wants to help build me this so I can start working smarter instead of harder, because it's in my back too. Like, I have a bad back, and then to go out and do I put some of my garden boxes too close together last year, and I'm like literally 1 foot balancing, trying to pick things because that's all I could fit. And I'm like, I'm such an idiot. Why didn't I think to put these further apart? So, because you're trying to maximize space, right?
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. So, so that is definitely one thing I hope to do going forward. But I think what most of us Canadian homesteaders prove is that you don't need huge plots of land to grow enough food for your family. I mean, if you're growing food to make a living, then maybe you do need more room, because then you're selling it. But if you're just growing it for your family,
the ideal, it would be 1/4 of an acre. Half an acre. If I had half an acre, I probably would not move anytime soon if I had like a little bit more. But like you kind of quickly realize when everything is coming like tight, like I'm not getting younger, and my husband is older than me, and like I'm asking him to build so many things for me, and he keeps saying yes, but like at one point he won't have the energy or the want to do it. So if we do move, it, like you said, it would have to be like this picture perfect potential farm, with very little to do.
I want a barn already built on the property.
Well, I don't mind if it had like a shed or something I can put my animals in. Well, animals, I have like my ducks and my chickens, so it's not that much. But still, like I want something that I can put safely my animals there, so I don't have to build an infrastructure when I arrive. And another space, regardless what it is, for his tools.
Yeah.
I don't want them in my house anymore.
Well, we have a garage, but it's such a mess right now. But I mean, we do have a large garage. I mean,
I wish I had a garage.
For us, I mean, we're on 3 acres, but part of we also have our septic field and stuff in certain places in the back, so I can't grow anything there. No. So that, that takes up a lot. We have a lot of property. David calls it the back 40, even though it's not 40 acres. He calls it the back 40, but
the back 3.
It has an amazing potential, but it has a lot of dead trees we got to take down first. I mean, it's so far from the house. Like, I tried growing things the first year there, but because it's so far away, I couldn't keep an eye on everything. Crows were getting at stuff, and it was a disaster. And it's so buggy down there. Like, literally mosquitoes will carry you off. Like,
mosquitoes this year was horrible.
Oh, they were horrible. Like horrible.
Daytime daytime. I used to have like, oh my God, it's daytime. I
Yep.
will be fine. Blah, blah, blah.
They didn't care this year.
No, it's like I was outside and like I changed my soap, I changed my shampoo, I changed my conditioner, I changed my soap to wash my clothes. Like I would put my face cream, but my face cream has like this floral scent. So instead of putting my cream, I would just walk outside and as soon as I was outside, it was like all over me.
Because you think, it's when it's hot. Because I'd be saying to David, it is hotter than heck out here.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes don't come out in the heat. Why are they out? And it's hard because it was so hot here. Like we went from 0 to 105 degrees Fahrenheit, like, and overnight, and it was so hot that you couldn't work during the day. So I had literally hundreds of mosquito bites. I had no choice. It was either that or I was going to lose my garden.
Yeah, so. there's videos of me. I was like, like this. Yeah. I'm like, I'm so sorry. There's so much bugs.
Yeah.
I was rolling with the punches, but then at night, they were ferocious during the day. But then I was only allowed to water my garden 3 nights a week from 8 to 10. And like I was like this outside. Like,
yep.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like it was like 40 degrees Celsius outside. I was wearing long pants, long sleeve, and I was like wearing gloves, and I was like still going like this for 2 hours. I'm like, oh my God.
I was going to get a bee suit. I'm like, that's it. I'm getting a bee suit because this is getting ridiculous.
It was. So I'm hoping that next year, like 2023 gardening season, like the mosquitoes can like, go away.
For us, it will depend. If we have another wet spring, then I know we're going to have bad mosquitoes again. Like our spring was so wet. That's why ours were so bad this year.
I don't remember. Hopefully. I know that we had a very weird spring. Like it was hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, snow, hot, cold. Like it was like all over the place. But I don't remember if it was wet.
And the year of weird weather is what we kept calling it here. The year of weird weather is not ending. Like we are having weird weather this week too, leading right up to Christmas Day. So it's just crazy. Like I guess it's going to go out with a bang. And I was talking to my cousin in British Columbia this morning. They are buried in snow.
Yeah, it's buried. Crazy.
And she's like, Lynn, she goes, I went to open the door because she has a little pug. She said, I went to open the door to let her dog out, and snow fell into her apartment.
Oh, God.
Because it had gotten so high. I'm like, gosh, are you in Newfoundland and you didn't tell me? Because like that's the kind of stuff you hear. She says, it's insane. They're breaking records because she's in Abbotsford and they don't get snow. They don't. Well, the last time they did was, I think 25 years ago, they had that huge, huge storm. She wasn't there at the time, but her brother was. And he said, yeah, people had no shovels. People had nothing because they never had experienced that before.
Well, that's a lot of snow.
Yeah.
See, our temperature changed a little bit. Friday it was supposed to be 11. Now it's 6.
I'm just writing this down that Darren just shared.
Oh, wait. Hey guys, a plug for one of our suppliers. Check out Connex Outdoor. They have bug mesh built into their hoodies and shirts. Bridget has awesome. I'm gonna write this down.
I'm writing that down right now. That might be a good Mother's Day gift.
Yeah, like wink, wink. I hope Dave is watching.
Yeah, I know here we're not even at Christmas, and I'm talking Mother's Day, but I'm thinking spring before we'll need them. So yeah, I will. Thank you, Darren, for letting me know. That we will definitely. Yeah, I think we might have even seen Brigitte maybe on something, on a video wearing that. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure, but
I don't remember. I remember some of her videos, but I don't remember the netting.
Yeah. So, we're up to 12 people. So if there's anybody new who hasn't checked out Anny, and please share it too with you. Let's get her. She is so close to 1,000. It would be great to end the year with 1,000 subscribers.
Well, I wanted to do like Darren last year, December 31st, he qualified. So I think it was like this summer, I said, I want to do like them. I want to finish the year with a big bang and like,
yeah. It would be great. I
It
mean,
would be
what
great.
a Christmas, New Year's gift to have that. And I sometimes I think people think, when people say, "Oh, what do you do?" Well, I'm a YouTuber, and they laugh, but I don't think people realize it's actually a lot of work. I didn't
It is.
realize how much work. I just thought, oh, you film yourself and you throw it up there. I mean, you can do that, absolutely. But if you want, oh, hello, Marcy. Thank you for coming in. Hello, CRT. Thank you for coming in. If you want to do something quality that people are going to want to watch, and I always edit mine like, well, I watch this. So if I will watch it, then I figure, okay, I'm pretty, if I watch it, then I'm good. But a lot of work goes into it. And when they set up these milestones that you reach, you just, you get so excited because it's a lot of work and you want something to show for your work. At least that's how I was. Like, I wanted the reward for all my work. And there's also an expense too with your channel. I still haven't even gotten my first paycheck yet from YouTube.
Well, expense wise, I made a promise to my husband. I would not buy any equipment unless it's like tripods, like basic equipment.
Yeah.
I have. So I have my phone, I have my tripod. I have 2 tripods now. One is like 5 feet tall, and I have my my little one, like you have, a little bit smaller than yours.
Yeah.
But I promised my husband I would not buy anything techie until I can bring in some revenue. Regardless from my merch line, from the YouTube channel, or any of my affiliate links. But what I do is, with my affiliate links, the commissions I get, that's where I reinvest.
Yeah.
So I use those revenue to buy books so that I can educate myself and then share the knowledge.
Yeah.
But like, the equipment I'm buying is for the homestead. So it's like tools that we need here. But like, I have no cameras. I'm still with my phone.
Me too. I'm still with my phone. And I mean, I got a better phone so I could have a better camera.
Yeah.
But I really want a real camera, and I want the tripod that I can put the camera aiming down at things. And, I'm hoping, I've decided to save, because I did buy this little teeny thing, and it wasn't worth it was like $80. And I'm like, I'll try it, but
tripod?
No, the little camera I got, a little sports camera.
Oh, the imitation of the GoPro.
Yes. Yeah. Kind of like that. And I don't even think, I'm glad I got it, because I don't think I'd like the GoPro any better. So
my husband's doing some research for me, because like, he has a drone, and with his drone he has that the GoPro, and he says that there's too many things to learn for like the stage that I am. Like, there's settings, and like, I would have to wait for him to set it up, and like, he would have to show me. So he's like, when you're ready to learn like a little bit more about like angles and blah blah blah, he's going to teach me. But from what I'm reading and what he's reading, like, to go to the next step, the GoPro's a good thing.
Yeah.
But you can't see yourself.
That's the thing, right? Like, yeah. And the little one I bought, I could see myself, but it was a teeny tiny square. Like, I could see myself.
You have to put your glasses on.
The quality of the actual video wasn't bad, but the volume was terrible. Oh yeah, I'm hearing the echo too, and I don't know how to fix that.
I think it's because you don't have headphones and a microphone.
Oh, I don't even know where my headphones are.
But it's not that bad, to be honest, unless like
that. This is what Darren just said. That's what I'm saving up for, right there.
Isn't that the one Mallory started with?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but that's the one that I've done a lot of research on, and this seems to be the one that a lot of YouTubers use. And yeah, I'm saving up for that. I think
Sony. Okay, let me write it down. Sony ZV
-1.
Yeah, it's the older version of what she had. If my memory is correct.
I mean, it might not be that exact one, but it was a Sony ZV or something that I was looking at, and I'm like, and it's. I think the last time I looked at it, it was 500 or 700. Yeah, it's way out of my budget right now.
Well, I don't want to discourage you, but it's $8.99 right now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, I think it was $9.69. I think it was like, so it's gone down a bit, but it's gonna have to go down even more.
Well, Black Friday sales, Mother's Day, birthday, Christmas.
If I go to StreamYard settings, oh, where are the settings? Oh, right there. Okay. Yep. And let me see.
Okay, he says which I love, except for battery life. So that means you have battery backups with you, I guess, Darren?
You can turn on. It was on, actually. I just turned it off, the echo thing.
Okay, now I have to put up my volume. I can't hear you. Now there's an echo.
All right. I put it back on. Let's see if that helps. We'll see if that helps. But
Hey, Remy.
no, I can still hear it. I've never had an echo before.
Well, it's not that bad. It could be the echo within your room.
Okay, so I turned it off, and that seems better.
Is this better for everyone? No.
Is that better if it's still echoey? I can't hear it anymore.
I'm hearing an echo.
Oh, are you? No, I'm not hearing it. Is anybody in the chat? Are you hearing an echo still? Because I don't hear it now.
I can hear myself an echo.
Okay.
Honey, do you have a thing with a sound on? Nope.
So Darren is saying you have to have 2 batteries for it. You need at least 2 batteries with 1 charging. Echoes on Annie.
Okay. So if I go in my parameter,
Guest.
Is this working now?
I'm just looking at. It seems I hear an echo on Annie, and I couldn't hear an echo with you. That is so weird.
How is it now?
Like, I don't hear an echo with you. So, but
I'm hearing one.
Huh? You hear one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try this again. Echo constant must be off to use.
Okay, how's this? No, I'm still hearing it.
Okay, I turned it off again.
How's
now
this?
I hear the echo on my end.
Technology.
I can put up with the echo on my end as long as nobody else is hearing an echo.
I don't hear myself on echo anymore.
Okay. I hear myself echoing.
But that's probably your environment.
Yeah. So if I'm the only one who hears it, then I don't mind. I can put up with it. I don't want anyone else to have to put up with it. So.
Hello, Marilyn.
Hello, Marilyn. I hear you. Is it echoey? Generational Homestead? If it's not, like I said, it's definitely echo on my end.
What about me?
Huh? Now they're saying I'm echoing.
Oh, well.
That is so weird.
Technology.
I don't know how to fix it. I don't think I can. I don't know if I put my headphones on, if that will help. I don't know. But none for Annie. It's like either Annie echoes or I echo.
I just want to say one more thing I said at the beginning. I am going up in subs. Thank you very much. Just don't forget, if you sub and you leave my channel, now I'm echoing. If you leave the channel without doing any activity, YouTube's going to boot you out. I don't know if everyone heard me.
Yeah, I just turned off your echo on you. I tried the settings. No matter what I do in settings, one of us is echoing. So
no, Tiny Tim, my YouTube tab is closed.
Mine is too. I don't have mine on because I'd never be able to stream if I had 2 things open. But
okay, so what about now?
I can hear an echo on my end, but I can't hear you echoing.
Okay. Well, the echo that I'm hearing on your side seems like it's the echo of the environment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a, Grace, can you see if my headphones are in the thing there? And I'll put my headphones on and see if that helps.
Okay, so if
Yeah.
you're going on my channel, what you can do is go into the short area, which is under a minute. Like, watch it, do a thumbs up, and then go sub. That's gonna like literally tell YouTube that you're not a troll, you're an actual person that wants to sub to my channel. My now it says 9:57. Oh my god, like I think I'm gonna cry if this happens before the 31st.
I'm just going to see if putting my headphones on will help.
Okay.
I've never had the echo before. I've lucked out and been really lucky, but I've also never done a live at 11 o'clock in the morning. So. All right. All right, I'm connected, but I still hear it. It seems worse now.
Well, it's not that bad for me.
Hello, Jen and Steve. Thank you for dropping by.
Generational Homestead, I saw them on my live Sunday, I think.
Cool.
I think. I know I saw their names somewhere.
I think lives are so hard to do because the timing. Like this time of day is great for me. One, I have more energy.
That's good.
And the internet's better for
True.
me because people aren't on the tower. Once evening comes, I'm in my jammies and ready to, just chill. And then if the kids need the internet, like if Aiden needs something for homework, he's like, Mom, I need the internet. And I'm like, well, I was going to go live tonight, but.
Well, I think I'm going to do pop-up lives during the day.
Me too.
I don't know exactly how I'm going to put everything together, but regardless, people can watch it on replay.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to try a external microphone. All right, can you hear me? I don't hear anybody. Hold on.
I'm here.
Settings. Anybody hear me?
Now it's worse.
Okay.
Bye, Tracy. Well, see you soon. Hello, Deb.
All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Oh, there we go. Better.
It's better?
Way worse. Okay, well, that was awful, so we'll just put that away.
Oh no! On my side, it was not that bad.
Let me see. Yeah, I won't do. So I could do that. I won't do that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to put up with it because I've changed everything. I've got nothing unless I close it out and we come back in.
I'm not sure I'm not sure. I think it's gonna boot me out. Good Times Homestead says it's fine.
Okay, all right. It's just I can hear the echo, but like I said, I'm used to this because when I call my mother in Florida, we always have an echo, So we've just learned how to. Everything sounds and looks better in StreamYard.
As the day goes by and the minutes rolls over, I'm getting more and more excited.
I know with me,
we were more excited than you.
I know.
you were like trying to keep yourself busy when you were like so close of reaching 1,000 subs, and we're like, Lynn, +2, +2, +2, +2.
And I'm like, I'm trying not to look.
And we kept bugging you all day. We're like, it's happening today. And you're like, no, it's not happening today. It's happening today. And it happened like, boom, that day.
Yeah.
It was
I mean,
amazing.
I only needed, I think, 6 that day. And I
6
was
or
like,
7.
yeah. And I'm like, it's actually 990, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I kept checking, and I'm like, I got to stop checking. So I went and made myself do something, because I'm like, I'm going to drive myself crazy.
Yeah. I checked my phone. I'll be honest. I checked my phone like a little bit too much. And then like Sunday night, YouTube was playing a trick on me, +1, and then -5, +2, then -7. So he was playing a trick with me. And at that one point, okay, I'm going to do a drinking game. So if I have -1, I'm going to take a sip of wine. If he does +1, I'm going to do 2 sips of wine.
It does drive me crazy. I mean, mine changes in 12 hours.
Yeah.
I'll go to bed and I'll have this amount, and I'll wake up the next morning. I'm like, oh, I lost 6 subscribers in the last 12 hours. And then a few hours later, I get those 6 back. It
was driving me crazy. It was up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, because I was checking it all the time. And like, I'm going to be drunk like within an hour.
Yep. It's crazy. And the analytics really confuse me. Like, you go into them and you're reading them and you're like, but I don't understand if.
Thank you. I just saw your comment, Tiny Tim. Oh, I'm gonna check it out.
Tim, thank you. Yep. Woohoo! We're getting you some, Annie. We're getting you some. If anyone's watching this after the live, like if you're watching the replay, Annie is very, 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 very close to 1,000 subscribers. Like, she can taste it. She's so close.
Yeah, I think I can put like whipped cream on it and like put it over my face.
And I love, it's a random act of kindness. It doesn't cost you anything, like money-wise. It will cost you your time, but you're going to enjoy it. So it's a reward for you, because you'll love watching her videos.
I can tell you a little bit about me if you're looking like you're not sure.
Yep, absolutely.
If you want to sub. I am in the province of Quebec. I'm about 3 hours away from Lynn, so we have very similar growing zone.
5B.
You're 5A?
5B?
I'm 5B. I'm 5B. But I'm within a microclimate, so sometimes I'm like a little bit like I'm between 5A and 5B, depends. But I just say growing zone 5. I have a high tunnel it's a tempo converted structure that I did 3 years ago. It's 11 feet wide by 20 feet deep. So I do have a little bit of greenhouse growing at my house. I am on 1/3 of an acre. Every single place that's directed south has something growing in it. So I have in-ground garden and I have raised bed gardens. And in one of my videos, I do explain why I have raised beds. Yes, they look pretty. Yes, they're fun for your back and all of that. But I'm in heavy clay soil. My in-ground garden took 3 years to start giving me something. And year 5 is when I'm starting to see the peak of like beautiful soil. So I have to maintain, I have to add every year. So if you have clay soil and you're looking for ways to grow, I have that. A raised bed garden has been a tremendous blessing for me. I was able to grow.
I love raised beds.
Like, if the only thing it's missing, like I was saying earlier, is like wider walking path. But I would have to sacrifice at least 2 garden beds. They're 4 feet wide by 15 feet deep. So sacrificing 2 would have mean lots of food wasted. So yes, it is possible to grow food on 15,000 square feet. My house is included in that. So I have a front yard for the kids. Mainly the backyard is for me. I have chickens. I have ducks, and I raise meat birds. For the purpose of not being flagged on YouTube, I don't show the meat birds. I show the installation of the meat birds, how I feed them, and stuff like that. But the butchering part is not on my channel.
We just have a question from Deb C. I know the answer, but I'll let Annie answer it.
I water bath can. I recently added to my learning ability pressure canning. Cooking from scratch, baking from scratch is also on the channel. I'm actually working on a series right now. I think I'm on episode 3 of replacing store-bought staples. Like I did a video for how to make your own brown sugar. There is a video about caramel spread. I don't want to say the ones that are coming. I have to be careful. What's the third one? I did the dip December collab, so a homemade dip. Grocery hauls. What else? So the caramel is one. The brown sugar is another. Oh yeah, the third one, I can say it's coming soon. It's homemade biscuits. Like instead of buying, the Pillsbury biscuit dough at the store, it comes up, like you can whip it up super, super fast. So I show you how, with simple ingredients, how to do it at home. And it's going to be an ongoing thing during the winter.
Marcy, I just want to ask you, I mean, you're saying it's doing it with other people. I know after I got hijacked and hacked there about a month ago, some of my subscribers said that they've had to keep resubscribing to my channel, and it's only seemed to have happened. But if it's happening with somebody else too, then maybe it has nothing to do with me being hacked. So I'm not. I personally, I got unsubbed from 2 people, and I didn't realize it. And I was just like, why aren't I seeing any of these people's videos anymore? And then I realized, oh, what the heck happened? So I resubscribed, but it only happened to me to 2, I think.
Sorry, I read a comment from there.
Oh.
Because I said I can almost taste it. Put whipped cream on it and go.
Yeah. Vanessa Kitty, that's one of the things. One of the reasons we want to leave, because one, we're not real happy in the province we're living anymore. That's part of it. The other part is where we're living now. When we bought here 8 years ago, it was very quiet, and that's what we wanted. We have since, in the last 6 years, become the most sought after area of Trenton to buy or build. Our population out here has exploded the last couple of years, and the traffic that goes by us all the time is exhausting and noisy. And I mean, we're way down in, we're not next to the road like some people, so we're fortunate that way, but we can't even sit on our front porch in the mornings anymore, even on the weekends, we counted it, I think, on one Saturday this summer, we didn't even have 2 seconds between cars, and another car was coming. So that's one of the reasons we want to move. But another reason is I want to be able to grow whatever I want, have whatever animals I want, without anyone telling me I can or can't.
Rules.
Right. So another reason for going out into the country.
I did forget to say I am in a village.
Okay.
I'm in one of the biggest agriculture village, but sadly they're building condos, like a lot of condos, and like I'm having the problem as well. The street we live on is beautiful. Like the neighbors are not so. Not yet. I'm not there yet. My neighbors are not so close, but they are still close. Yeah. But like my husband is like wants to retire and leave the area because it's starting to get a little bit too crowded. Yeah. But you don't need 5-6 acres. No. All you just need, if you want chickens, I said that on my live on Sunday, every single chicken to sleep needs a roost, like a bar. Needs a roost. That's 3/4 of a square foot. That's what a hen needs to sleep. And then a hen needs to have a beautiful life between 1 and 5 square foot. If you can give that to a hen, it's not the ideal beautiful egg yolks that are super orangey and Instagram perfect, but if you can give them 1 square foot to 5 square foot per hen, you're giving them much more better life than what the industrial.
They're in a no windows.
Yeah.
Because we have several poultry farms here, and they have ventilation like crazy. And these poor chickens, they're in light 24 hours a day. I know, the hot tub with the whipped cream. I just, yeah.
Sorry.
I think that's why our chickens lay so much, even in the winter, because they're so spoiled. They're so
Yeah.
happy that they're, they
Yeah.
lay around. But yeah,
I started my first chicken coop. We built 8x4, 32 square foot. We had 8 chickens, and we had on our property a old gazebo structure that was an 8x8 or 10x10. We bought some, not chicken wire, the other one, hardware.
hardware cloth.
Thank
Yep.
you. So we all around we did hardware cloth, and the top, you just do a I'm losing my English. Thin, like roofing.
Yep.
Like, and
Metal
they had an
or-
enclosed area, and it was not that complicated. So they had 32 square feet inside their coop, and they had 64 square foot on the ground before I made it bigger. That's how I started.
I mean, our coop, we built it, and we built ours a lot with like recycled materials. Like, I mean, we were lucky that way. We built it like 7 years ago, and it just got painted this past summer. Anyway, we have 8 chickens right now. We easily could have probably another 10 inside this coop we have. Like, it's a good size.
Mm-hmm. All you need is a rooster, and you're gonna.
Yeah. I can't. That's another thing. I can't get a rooster because
Me neither.
like, we're fairly close, not too close to the neighbor over here, but the neighbor over here, we just have bushes between us. And if I get a rooster who's noisy, though I will say the people in back of us have got a rooster because we hear him, and the people down the road from us have a rooster because they go back and forth to one another.
Oh yeah, if you have more than one, they'll talk.
Yeah. So they have them, and they're closer to people than we. Like they're on the street in back of us, and their houses are right next door to one another. So I don't know how they're getting away with it. Maybe the neighbors don't care. I don't know.
Well, if I was away from my neighbor, all my neighbors but one mind, because I closed them up, doors closed, maximum 10, like 10, 11, the doors closed, and I let them out around 9, like 8, 9 in the morning. So
everyone's out at like 6:37.
No, but now like the door's always the door opens earlier because like I don't have a rooster. But when I did have one, I had one at one point. Like we would let him out like between 9 and 9 at night.
So not too early.
Not too early, so they don't disturb. But the little would like crow like at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. But within the shed, some people would hear them. It wouldn't bother them, but because they would hear him, they called the city. So we had to get rid of the rooster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's why I want to move. I want to be so far out that we don't see our neighbors. I want our road to be like the only person I want coming down our road is the Amazon delivery guy.
Like Tracy said, if I can't piss on my balcony, you're too close. You're way too close.
Yeah. So I just, good morning, Homestead Aquarius. Thank you for dropping by.
Okay. So coming back to that whipped cream, Darren says he wants to do like this whipped cream and hot tub. If I manage to reach my 2 requirements by the end of the year, so December 31st, I'm going to do like a whipped cream pate or whatever you call it, pie, and I'm just going to put it in my face. Live on YouTube. How's that sound?
I'm just going to check out your channel right now. Yeah, I'm curious.
That would be fun. One says 9:59 and the other one says... what does the other one say? What did you hear at 9:45? So
I got 9:45. Yep, that's what I'm seeing. See, but so it's gone up from the other number you had from the other thing, right? Yep. So we're so close, people. Come on. You know.
No. When I'm live, my husband has to take care of our beautiful, very disciplined children. I'm going to say it like that. No, not rooster with cream pie.
Yeah.
No. I'm okay. I specifically said.
Making that video. I won't be making that video. One, we don't have a hot tub, but
Yeah.
two, I'm not going in. Yeah, you won't. If we ever get a hot tub, I won't be doing videos. That's a little too much sharing for me.
Yeah.
I'll hold you to the cream pie. That's what I heard. Okay, well now you're gonna have to do it. So now we have another reason to get her to 1,000 people.
But like, I have to be qualified. The four things. So the 1,000 subscribers and the watch hours.
So Vanessa says that she sees 946, but I see 948. I don't get YouTube.
Well, I'm having a lot of activity since I published that video, the dip December, the warm spinach dip. YouTube did not like what was going on. I had 1.1 views on that video, and then they dropped me down to 545, and then within that day, gave me back the 1K.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Collabs are, I mean, I love doing collabs because they're fun. It helps you okay, that's a perfect idea for a video. Like if you're a little stumped and you need a video. I love collabs, but it also helps other people find you. I mean, Pantry Challenge was huge for me last year. It helped me find a lot of my subscribers. It's how I met Tanya from Nightfall Homestead. And we became really good friends this past year. And it was because of the Pantry Challenge that I found her channel and she found mine. And we chat like every day. And
I'll just answer Nightfall Homestead. So YouTube has an AI analyzing your channel, and it gives you statistics. And then if they see that the accounts, plural or singular, are trolls, they'll remove them. But I'm also close to getting monetized. So for me, at this point, for them, I don't represent a YouTuber that has an income, but soon I will. So I'm kind of in that V that I have to qualify, and they want me to have, well, that's what I think. They want me to have, like, not trolls. They want me to have actual accounts and actual views.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the December is having a lot of trolls.
I don't know. All I know,
not to the 28.
I was so sad when I reached the 1K view on that video. People were watching my video only 56 seconds.
Oh.
Yes. Ouch. Yeah, ouch. So my video is 9 minutes.
And that's not even that long of a video, people. Come on, you don't have 9 minutes.
And like I was telling Ruby, I'm like, 1 minute, like I do the introduction. I say this is going to be a warm dip, da da da. But before I do the dip, I have to, the inquisitive farm wife Angela asked us to talk about the ways of winning prizes, the live and all of that. The people would not go past that.
She did?
Yeah, she did.
I better go read that email again.
So, like, you have to talk about the ways to win the prize, the live, and like, so I talk like...
Oh, my gosh.
So, some of them did not get past that, and, like, they don't start the video. Like, they didn't watch my, But, like, I have 1K views on it, but only 1 minute and 20 seconds of watch time average.
Jeez.
That hurts.
I will admit, I have to still watch yours. I plan on watching yours while I'm doing my cookies this afternoon, your dip one. I haven't watched a lot of the other dips. It's just been so busy. So, yeah, and I'm going to say, I don't remember Remy saying anything about the contest in his video.
Well, she's not going to kick you out, but
No.
her email specifically said to, like, there was, like, little things, and I wanted to follow the rules.
Yeah.
You know?
I did. You are right. I do remember her saying something, but I mean, there's a lot there. So I'll try.
Yeah.
And I haven't even made my video.
But, like,
yet.
If I am to do another collab and the person requests those things, instead of adding music when I'm chopping my whatever.
Oh, that's a
I'm
good
just
idea.
gonna do a like on top like a voice recorder of like if you want to press blah, 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 and like do it there.
Okay, that's a good idea. I'm gonna steal that, Annie.
Learn from my mistakes.
Yeah, at least for that video, instead of music, maybe that's what I'll say, while we have
Yeah.
a few, yeah, I'll try and,
And
I'll,
autoplay also hurts us for sure. If you have
yeah.
on your YouTube autoplay and like you scroll and then you stay like a certain amount of second on a video,
Oh, and
YouTube
it leaves?
YouTube plays it.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah. My failing in compost video had brutal retention. I guess no one
Attention.
actually saw me fall.
I saw you fall in. I waited because I knew you kept saying it was coming, so I waited to see it.
Yeah, so yes, the introduction has to be like very short. And
Yeah,
like
and it has to be like
yeah.
grabbing.
Well, it depends. Like I followed certain free trainings online, and some people say less than 10 seconds. Like you're saying, okay, so you have to say to the viewers, this is gonna happen, and then slide a couple of like clips of what you're doing so that they can catch their attention, and then like you start your video. But like that's a
I
lot.
don't know. All these experts, everything they say to do, I've tried, and I don't see it notices any difference. And then I don't feel like I'm being authentic to the kind of video I want
Yeah.
to make. So I stopped it.
I had that conversation actually with Angie. If it's like I was following the structure of the course I followed, like specific, like blah blah blah, but like I felt like I was going against the grain all the time, and it wasn't me. And we're homesteading channels. We
Yep.
are not a for example.
Influencer.
No, well, those training channels, like or beauty bloggers or clothing, like we don't have a specific subject. Homesteading is a specific subject, but
Yeah.
like it rolls around with the seasons.
But a homesteading channel, at least for me, that's why I did that collab. What is homesteading is because homesteading is just our life.
Yeah,
I never even knew it had a name
yeah,
until 2020. And that's why I show you my life, because it's a part of it. I think everything we do is part of homesteading, like everything, right? Like
Yeah.
so.
So
but,
I
this is
said
a good idea. Maybe we should say that.
or
And
you
it,
could say at the beginning
like,
of your video that you will give the
stay
details.
and stay to the end of the video, and I'll tell you how you can win many prizes. And then they will watch the whole thing
Yeah, or skip.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I try to remember. This is another thing that I started doing, but then during the summer I had to drop. I have a journal. So let's just say I have a video idea. I write down the thumbnail I want to do. I write down the like what I want to say, like the important lines I want to say, the views I want to take, and then I start filming. So I don't have stop, play, delete, stop, play, like save the time. But
Yeah.
like during the summer, I don't have time to do that at all. Like I play and I run with the punches and I hope for the best. But like there's sometimes I have to do like replays. But like at the end of the summer, I was kind of getting the hang of it because you kind of get
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. I know for me, I try to write down notes, but I don't want people seeing me looking over reading them.
Oh no, I don't write notes to read them. I like
Okay.
my and then I read them a couple of times after I'm done, and then like I brainstorm a couple of ideas, and then like I play
Yeah.
a little bit around with the ideas, and then I drop that, and then I go outside. So it kind of gives me like a general sense. And between videos, sometimes I read my notes because like your mind just goes all over the place sometimes, and then like
Yes.
it just brings you back to like your general idea.
Yeah, I definitely do notes, and sometimes I'll like in my head I'll do everything I want to say, and I'm like, okay, that's good, that's how I want to say on, and then I start recording, and everything I just thought of is gone. Like I'm like, for 2 days I've been thinking about how I wanted to describe that, and I didn't do it.
It happens to the best of us.
Deb, I will say my mom never did this. I did not grow up in this lifestyle at all. My mother constantly asked my father, "Who is this child? Like, where did she learn to do this stuff?" Because I didn't grow up this way. I had grandmothers who had gardens, and they definitely did some canning. My great grandmothers definitely had gardens and animals, and they would raise everything for a whole year. Because my great grandparents came over from Ireland, and they didn't have a lot of money. So, but no, I did not grow up like this. My mother is always, but I will say my mom has done a couple of things that I talk about, so I'm pretty proud that even my mother started to do some things. But and she loves when she visits. She loves like doing like seeing, she doesn't do everything, but she'll go out in the garden with me a bit and do the canning, and she loves the eating of everything.
That's the best part. My husband
Yeah.
says it's the best part.
Yeah.
He loves to come inside the house when like I'm baking, cooking, and and he says something to our kids. You guys don't know how lucky you are. Like, you have homemade food. Well, almost everything I have here is from scratch cooking. Like, obviously I do have some like prepared stuff, like I'm not divine, but like, he keeps telling them, you guys have no idea how lucky you are. You get the best. And like they start saying, yeah, but it doesn't taste like the store bought, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. And like I have to teach them that store bought is like not necessarily what it's supposed to taste like. There was things added to it to make you addicted to it.
Yeah.
So I have to like deprogram that and like slowly push them down the homemade stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I know. My son is always like, it doesn't taste like, your chocolate chip cookies don't taste like the one in the store. Yeah, because the one in the stores is full of chemicals to make them last 3 months.
Yeah. And they're not moist. They're crunchy.
Yeah. And my husband says the same thing to kids too. He says, you're so lucky you have a mother who knows how to cook.
I actually come from zero agriculture background.
Yeah. This too, they have a lot more sugar in their things than I put in.
Well, my story actually starts a very fun way. Ironic, actually. My husband was diagnosed with intolerance to corn. And we had to do a detox for a minimum 6 months, corn-free and gluten-free, to help him out with the inflammation he had in his stomach area. So when you go gluten-free, you have to go corn, rice, and different types of old cereals like kamut and other like not really known cereals. But corn. I'm going to walk you through my experience. Like, this is how my homesteading journey started. So I was in the aisles of the grocery store, and I was like taking this. Oh, can't take that. Has corn. Can't take that. And then I was reading a word, and I was in my phone. Okay, what is this? What's the equivalent of this? And then I was finding it was derived from corn. So I had relish in my hands. Relish and mustard. I couldn't buy it because there was corn syrup inside.
Right.
So I found out, and this like made me sick to my stomach. So if it says sugar on the list of ingredients, it could be white sugar. It could be. But the chances are of being white sugar are pretty slim. It's either fructose or all those artificial sugars, corn syrup, beet derived sugar. Like, it could be all of this and like things that we don't even know. And when it says spices, it could say aspartame. Like, aspartame can be included in that. So that's the low calories or light. When it says light, when it says coat light, you have aspartame in it. So there's so many like chemicals that is like sugar, but it's not sugar. So I had to learn how to bake from scratch just for him, for the inflammation of his stomach to go down.
Yep.
But then I decided to stop working. So growing my food.
You decided to stop working outside the house.
Leaving the house, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're still working.
Oh no. Well, I'm unpaid. Like I'm paid for the moment, but like
yeah.
I decided to stay home with my youngest son after having my third baby. But then you have to learn how to save money.
Mm-hmm.
Being a prepper, you're gonna save money for sure. You're gonna bulk buy, and then you're gonna see for deals for free. I started picking up things from the curb. But the only way for me to save money to have good quality food was to homestead. So like all of these things came up together and like created this like pre-made package for me and says homesteading is like your solution.
Yep.
But like I don't come from an agriculture background, so I had to fail miserably, like horribly. Like I do share some of it, but some I don't. But like
there's days. I mean, my collab that I did that everybody joined, and Annie was part of this. What homesteading means to me, us. I think one of the major things that surprised me most is how many people had no like background before.
Yeah.
A good portion. I mean, some of them had maybe one of the my husband grew up on a farm with animals and a garden, but when you're a kid and you're an adult, it's two different things.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
But it was really amazing to see how many people have come to this later in life. Like they didn't grow up with it as the norm.
But it all starts with either health. Health. Like I would say, top 5 is health, money. Yep. They no longer want the rat race.
Yep.
Those are the my top 3s. Like I would see like the rat race, just for the rat race to stop. Not going an hour and a half in traffic in the morning. I no longer have to do an hour and a half of traffic in the morning. Yes, I could listen to audiobooks. Yes, I could listen to music. Mm-hmm. Yes, I was late, but it was so stressful to be in traffic.
I couldn't do it. I mean, and that's one of the things, like where we're living, it used to take David less than 10 minutes to go, now the traffic has gotten so bad. Like he said, it used to only be on a weekend you would see traffic like this in our area. Now it's every day now. It's just gotten so bad here. But I know for us, I was already canning and growing a garden before my health, before the cancer. But I really got more into finding out what those exact ingredients were in those things on the shelf. And I wanted to start doing more organic vegetables and fruit. And trying to buy them here in Canada is insane. It is so expensive.
Well, during the summer, we are blessed to have local farms all over Canada that now brings us more affordable during high season. Like I bought some blueberries in season. Like usually they're in season. They're $1.99 for that package. They were $2.99. So yes, it's $1 more, but it's still like it's still not $5.99.
I get so excited when I go to the store and I see the organic fruit will be cheaper than the non-organics. And you're like, you feel like you won the lottery.
Sometimes I want to take out my phone and like take a picture and like do like this like short, like look at it.
I love it when I say that. I'll look at. I'm like, oh my gosh, the organic strawberries are cheaper. But I just want to say, to be successful, you have to fail. I will say, David, my husband David says all the time, we don't learn from our successes, we learn from our failures.
Yeah,
we've learned a lot.
Okay, so I think I learned more. In my first year, I did every single thing bad. Like I had all the pests, all the problems. I did all the errors I was not supposed to do. I did them all, like all of them. But I learned.
Oh, Annie, honestly, I want to be able to come home and not hear anything, unless it's my own animals or whatever, I want that silence. And the older I get, the more silence I want.
Well, the irony is where I used to live was no traffic, door to door. Walk in my car, start the car, get out of the car, 26 minutes. Okay? 26 minutes. In the summer, it was 45 minutes to an hour.
Wow.
Okay? That was in the summer. Like, there's no rain. The sun was out. Everything was beautiful. There was butterflies and bees. There was this much of snow. Like, I could practically not even see it. There was a day that it took me 3 hours and a half to get to work.
Oh, wow.
I was stuck at a light for 2 hours. I wanted to kill. I wanted to kill everyone around me. And I'm like, I couldn't turn left. I couldn't turn right. I was stuck at the light. I was on the right side. There was no exit from it. And then the people at my work kept calling me. He's like, where are you? We need you. I'm like, hello? I'm in my car. I can't help you.
Merry Christmas, Marcy.
Merry Christmas. I can't help you. Like, there's no way. Even if I wanted, I can't help you. I'm stuck in my car. And when I got to work, and that was like the first nail in his coffin. He's like, oh, thank you for joining us this afternoon. I was pregnant with Cedric when he said that to me. I had to pee. I was stuck in my car. I had to pee. The first thing I did when I walked in the office, I went to the bathroom, and he said that comment to me. And then he said another comment to me, like not long after that. I'm like, I was stuck. There was an accident on the 40. I left my house at 6 something in the morning to drop off the kids at daycare. I called the daycare lady to ask her if I can bring the kids earlier because of this 5 puny centimeters of snow.
Right.
And I was stuck from 7 to 10 o'clock in traffic. And that was the first X. The first X.
That's why I know I could never live in a big city, because Dave and I watch and we'll say, I don't know how people do this, like travel for 2 hours before they even get to work. And then it's five days a week. And we never used to have rush hour traffic here. We were too small of a town. We have rush hour traffic now.
Yeah.
We never had it. And now it's like Dave and like David said, there's no back way anymore because everybody has found out the back way. And again, like the amount of houses that have been built out here, and we have 2 subdivisions less than 5 minutes from us now being built.
Yeah. They're building everywhere. I don't understand. I don't understand why they're building. I don't understand. There's so many houses.
Well, we don't have. That's the problem. We don't have enough houses for what the amount of people that are coming. So it's just
But there's so many houses for sale.
See, we don't have any.
Oh, well, around here, like I could, well, not now, but before COVID, there was so many houses. Like even before COVID was a thing, there were so many houses for sale everywhere. It was a time for buyers. Yeah. When we bought our house 5 years ago, we had the choice of like 10 house. There was like 10 house available for us, and like we had so many choice. Yes, we were limited because I was cheap. I refused to pay. I refused to pay $500,000 for my house.
Yeah.
I refused to pay that.
When we first started looking, we had a budget. We did end up having to go up a bit because the things we were seeing were like, and then I found out I had cancer the second time right after we closed on this house. And I'm so grateful we decided not to go with the ones that needed like $100,000 in work, because I would never have been able to live through that.
No,
being sick and everything. So, they just said though on the news the other day, we're going into a buyer's market again for houses. It's starting to switch, and that's because people here paid $400,000 or $500,000 over asking.
When COVID hit, my neighbor evaluated his house. He has 3,000 square feet more than me, and he has a pool, a finished back deck 3-season. His basement is finished. I don't have a basement. He has 3 bedrooms. He told me the price of his house. And I'm like, it's 300,000 more than what he paid. So he was thinking of selling the house. He's like, I'm going to make a profit and it's going to pay for our future home and then we're going to be mortgage free.
Yeah.
But then he says we changed our mind because the housing we wanted was 200,000 over that.
That's so we had realtors begging us. They'd knock on our door, they'd send little cards saying, if you're interested in securing your home, we could sell it, blah blah blah. But like David said, we won't make any money.
No. Well, it depends. It depends because
unless we
people,
move
no,
away.
people are looking into already made farms,
Yeah,
established farms.
yeah,
So people that are
yeah,
specifically looking for established little mini homesteads, they will offer more.
yeah. I know here, but people are regretting it now because people were buying houses without inspections, sight unseen,
Yeah,
and then they're getting here, and there's been horror stories that we're hearing about them from the town about what
I
was
would
happening.
never, ever, ever. I'm not gonna say it again. Ever buy a house without a specific, very like fine tuning inspection. And if the person says, "Oh no, we just want that," perfect. The house is not for me.
Yeah,
Because
I
like,
will say we had an inspection, and it wasn't worth spit.
oh
I
no,
mean,
we had a very good inspection. Like the inspector that came
um,
here, my husband walked around with him,
oh yeah, David did too.
and he's
David had his
like,
own notebook. He had his
yeah.
own flashlight.
So Fred was like, okay, so what do you think of this? What do you think of that? What do you think of this? What do you think of that? He's like, okay, this is good. This is bad. This is bad. I'm telling you, this is real bad. Like you have to fix this now. And
Yeah,
then he sent us like a 50-page review,
yeah.
pictures, links, notes, and then with he actually left us in the email a list of 10 things of priorities to be done.
I mean, we got that too. What I mean by it being not worth spit, until we were living in the house,
Yeah.
you don't know, like some of the things, and some things looked great, and you're thinking, okay, those were done right, and it wasn't. Like when
Yeah, well that's
because
what happened to
were,
us.
they were an older couple
Okay.
who weren't even using the whole house.
Okay.
They like lived in 2 rooms. They never used the furnace. There used to be a wood stove in here.
Okay.
And they relied on that, so they never used the furnace. So we're a family of 4 moving in. We're told the wood stove needs to be upgraded.
Oh,
No,
you cut
like
off.
brick behind it or anything. They had no brick or anything. Oh, am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. So we knew we couldn't use that. So we started using the furnace. Our very first winter here, furnace went because it hadn't been used in like 20 years.
Well, obviously, I think if I would have been in your position, I would asked an inspection of the furnace with the inspection of the house.
We had one. Like we had the inspection, and he said it's an older furnace, but it looks great. And when we found out from our neighbor who used to live next door because they were kind of friends. He said Barb and Reg never used that furnace. That's why it went on you.
Oh,
He said,
okay.
yeah, we're like, what? So, yeah, I mean, there's just some things. I mean, we end up getting the house for a little less because of the inspection, because there were some things that needed to be done. But, yeah, David always says if those people ever came back wanting to visit to see the house, he'd tell them, they better run before because there were some things that they did on purpose. They had to have known, and they just did it so they could sell the house.
So when we started opening walls here, the things we found, oh my God, the things we found. Certain walls weren't even insulated. We found in my daughter's room a live outlet, where you plug your light or whatever. Yep. The person only put, those little plastic cones. They're called marettes in French. The marettes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
So the person, what they did is they put marettes on both of the electrical wires, and then they just put a baseboard. Mm-hmm. So
we had that too.
So we removed the baseboard because we're renovating, and then we're like, oh, there's wires. So and then my husband's like, I'm like, no, with everything we found. Go check your thing if it was live. So it was live. Yeah. They didn't remove so I'm like, okay, so as soon as we found that, every time we're making renovations and we're opening a wall,
oh, I'm scared.
We're always like, okay, is this we're not gonna go like this, but like still
scared. Like, I mean, that's why we've kind of slowed down on renovations because we're petrified what we're gonna find.
Well, I'm lucky I did not have that.
Mice. We had, yeah, we didn't have, not that we know of, we have heard them sometimes in our walls. Last winter we heard them and I was like freaking out. I'm hoping with the new siding and everything this year, it'll be better. But we had the live wire. David's like, surely that's not live still. that can't be. Sure enough, it was. And we're like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then we've got this weird outlet. So you go up our stairs. So you have the wall. The wall is here, and you go up the stairs, and you look up, and there's an outlet. And we're like, why is there an outlet there?
Air conditioning?
The weirdest. No. There's there's an outlet on, basically it's on the ceiling.
On the ceiling?
It's like on the flat part of going up the stairs. So you're going up the stairs, and then you've got the part of the ceiling for the stairs. And there's an outlet there, and it works. And we, for the life of us, can't figure if she had something hanging there that needed a light, so they put an outlet there.
I'm still trying to.
I should, you know what? Here, I'll take you on a field trip. I'll show you it. Don't mind my house; it is a mess.
Oh my god. There's weird things that I saw in my house, but that weird, no.
So we haven't renovated our stairs yet. That's hopefully getting done this winter. Okay, so going up the stairs, okay? And
hold on, you froze. Until Lynn comes back, I'm just going to read the last comment. Is it too much to ask to find jugs of silver coins when you open up walls? I mean, really, who needs dead out? True. No, I haven't found money yet. I did find...
You're right.
You're back?
I can't show you. I get too far from the Wi-Fi, so I can't show you.
No worries. So I just read the last comment as you were walking around. It would be fun to find some coins in the wall. I did find a vintage Monopoly... I think it was a $2 or a $5. It was like an old vintage color. Like a mustard yellow. So we were all excited. We thought it was money, but then no.
That's what we were wondering too, if they wanted to plug a nightlight in there. I don't know if that's what it was. But yeah, I know. We did find 5 or 6 down in the crawl space, very vintage old mason jars. From the 1930s.
That's nice.
That was pretty cool. I don't use them to can, but I use them for decoration. And yeah, they're from the 1930s, made in Canada. Really cool. So we did find them, but yeah, like you sound like my husband. He said, "Is it too much to ask?" He said that we couldn't. You see on the news how people find all this cash that someone had stashed in the walls and they forgot about it. David's like, "Why can't that happen to us?"
Yeah, that would be fun. Something to pay your entire renovations.
Yeah. So.
Like, we're actually finishing up some of our renovations now. That would be fun.
I know you are. Yeah, we're trying to do...
God, I love her comment. Look at Marilyn for the vacuum cleaner.
I mean, and what's really weird is they were all plumbed out for central vac, and they never used it. They never had, like, the guts of it in the garage, like the big canister where everything would go. But it was all plumbed out. And when we were doing our kitchen renovation, David looked at me. He says, "Do you think you're ever going to want this?" I'm like, "No, I know I'm not gonna." Like, we've lived here 8 years. If we haven't gotten it yet, so we walled all up. We got rid of all of it. I have a
central vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
I love it for a couple of reasons, and I hate it for others. I love it because all I have to put away is that tube and the accessories, and there's a plug upstairs, there's a plug downstairs, and before I started my kitchen, I had a bottom, I call it like a feet vacuum, like I would put it up, and I would just like take whatever was in the broom and just shove it in there. What I don't like about it is there's, Darren, if he's here, he's gonna love me saying this, there's no suction. It doesn't. So, like, if a kid leaves something on the ground, it gets stuck in there. It doesn't suck enough.
And Deb, I know that's why I don't can with them. They're literally just on a shelf to look pretty. I wouldn't use them because they could have mercury in them too. Because they use that a lot in the old vintage. It's like I don't use my Pyrex to eat. It's just for looks because they have mercury in them.
Oh, the old ones that you have?
Yeah. That's why they look so great 80 years old, because they were painted with mercury in the paint.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't. That's why they're just for looks. I don't use them. But yeah, we have a stick vacuum that weighs nothing, so I can take it upstairs. We also have a robotic vacuum that
The
I take
Dyson one?
upstairs.
The Dyson one?
No, it's not the Dyson. It's a off-brand off of Amazon that works great. I'm happy with it, and it costs me a fraction of what Dyson wants. So my nephew got a Dyson one for Christmas last year, and he loves it. Loves it.
I don't
and
know.
I said, well, that's a lot of money for a stinking vacuum.
It is. We're looking into buying the iRobot, like an older model.
Yep.
Just to help me out, especially during the summer and
Yep.
like between season, like late spring and like late fall, when we're coming in out of the house with our shoes. But like I don't know, I have a dog, so
I have two dogs.
no. Well, droppings.
Oh, yeah. I've seen the videos of that happening. We bought ours. Ours is a Shark brand from Canadian Tire, and we got it for our anniversary for each other 2 years ago because the other brand is really expensive. I love it. I run it. I find if I run it every day, the floors look so much nicer. I haven't been able to run it every day because I have so much Christmas stuff everywhere right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely love my little, he goes around and he does everything. But charging cords, laptop cords, we have to go around and make sure all that's picked up before we send it out.
Yep. So that's my, like, I wanted one, my husband wanted one, and then we started, because every time we buy something that's an investment, we always make sure, like, we read reviews and like the bad things, like, can we live with the bad things? Yeah. And sometimes when we read the reviews, and like the droppings is one of them, the electrical cord is something else that we read, and like before it comes out, like, you have to fix up a couple of things. And then he's like, I might not want to do that. I might not want to invest in that. So
yeah.
we're like, we're more like no at the moment. I don't know if we're going to go yes, but at the moment we're like no.
It doesn't take us long. I just, Grace and we're usually the ones home. I'm like, Grace, I'm going to send Shark out because that's what we call it because it's the Shark brand. I'm going to send the Shark out. I said, make sure everything's picked up before it goes out, and she'll run around, make sure. She's like, we're good. And then I hit him, and then boom, he goes and does everything. And then he goes right back to his little house and charges when he's done.
Yeah. 7 dogs.
Yeah. Tanya has 7.
7 dogs. Yeah. I have a hard time with one.
I know. And I will say, we used to have one of those Swiffer backs, those little Swiffer backs. We burnt through so many of them because dog hair is murder on the motors on those things. They're great to have, but I found we had a black lab at the time, and her hair just burnt. And we burnt through 2 vacuums when we had that lab too because of her hair.
I have a Yorkshire. Their hair is a bit thin. Yep. It's like
That's
human
what my
hair.
Parents have. Yeah, my parents have. He doesn't shed.
A little bit. But not that much, but just like a little bit.
Now, Lily, our dachshund, she doesn't shed. Nothing comes off of her.
That's a sausage-looking one, right? Okay.
Weenie dog, yep.
Weenie dog.
Puggy, our pug, I get hair off of him enough to make another pug. It's crazy, but it's only like 2 times a year. We don't find it's like all the time, like with some breeds, thank God.
I used to have... You know that Disney movie, she has long ears, Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, yes, yep. Cocker Spaniel.
Yeah. Like, I was vacuuming at my mom's house, like, I was vacuuming everywhere, like, and then, like, those Swiffer thing, I was doing the Swiffer everywhere, and my mom's like, the next day, she's like, you didn't clean. I'm like, what? I just passed the vacuum everywhere. And then she's like, oh, she must be shedding. I'm like, oh, really? Like, you thought
my
first.
My uncle had huskies.
Oh, that must be terrible.
I mean, they would brush by you and you'd have half their coat on you.
Yeah.
Like, it was just because there was more, like, puggy is hair. It's not fur. It's like hair, so it's a lot bit easier. But the furry breeds, like Tanya has Great Pyrenees. And they are hairy.
Well, I was told the bigger the dog, the longer the hair, the more you have to brush.
Yes, thank you for stopping by. I'm going to be wrapping up soon anyway because I told Grace that I won't be on as long as usual because I got a lot to do, and here we are, almost 2 hours.
Deb says we got robbed on Friday, so my husband I want a big dog. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's terrible, Deb. Deb, sorry. I was reading and saying her name at the same time. To keep outside, I don't know if I can do that. I think they need to come in. I mean, I think it depends on the breed. Great Pyrenees, they get so hot, they don't want to be in, and it's in their breed. I mean, Tanya can talk about more about Great Pyrenees because she has so many of them, but they want to work. They want to guard you and guard their home, and that's what is in them. It's like Huskies. People are like, oh, it's awful about Huskies racing them. They want to run. They want to pull the sled. Like, they're happy, and you can see it on their faces. Because believe me, I'm a big animal, making sure animals are treated properly, but they want to do their job.
There are some breeds, if you don't do the requirement exercise, they can become aggressive.
Yeah. And they get bored, and they can become bored, so they're getting into things they shouldn't. And
yeah.
So
I wanted a second dog because my Yorkshire barks a lot, and everything I have tried doesn't work. And
it doesn't. We've tried everything too.
So I read somewhere that if I wanted a farm dog, like a that keeps in line livestock. So I've met someone, and he says, why don't you just get a livestock dog? He's going to put him in his place, and he's going to become the alpha dog, and your little Yorkshire he's not going to stop barking, that's for sure, but he's going to stay in line. So I started searching for a dog, but that's also a breed for what I have here, because I don't have that much livestock.
Right.
When I saw the price, I was like, you're crazy.
I know.
Crazy. It's like three mortgage payments almost. So I'm like,
I know. Oh, I know.
So unless we find a rescue,
yeah.
I don't know.
And you know what? There was a lady here in town who had a Great Pyrenees. She was 6 months old, and they were looking to rehome her to a good home. And I'm like, my husband will kill me.
Well, the size of let's just say that someone offers me a Great Pyrenees. The size of my home is not made for that dog. I have it.
They don't usually come in. The working dogs, they usually have a shelter for them, but if it's really, I know Tanya brings hers in when it's really bad, when they had really hot weather, she brought them in to help them cool down. And when it's, but for the most part, I mean, Tanya can talk about this more. They don't want to be in the house.
I have 3 little kids, so they're going to want the dog to be inside.
Yeah,
So
I know.
I have to find a breed that's going to be for the house. So a good house dog, a good dog to a brother or sister. I would prefer a female to the Yorkshire, and a dog that would follow me around on the homestead. No leash.
Me too. I ideally would want that. I will say we looked at our shelters for over a year trying to find another dog for us here, and they never had anything. And we ended up finding a wonderful breeder, and we got our Lily this summer, our dachshund. And now the shelters are full of dogs.
Of course.
They're full of dogs. And I'm like, where were you all a year ago? Because we would have adopted, we might have even gotten 2 if they weren't puppies.
Before I bought Tio, I called the SPCA and near us, and I said, you have a dog and I'm interested. I would like to come pick it up now. And he's like, no problem. We're going to do an interview. So I'm like, okay, let me find a babysitter for my kids. Me and my husband were coming. He's like, no, we want to interview you and your kids.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have a 3-year-old. Cedric was 3 at the time.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell you can interview me and my 3 kids. My 2 oldest, it would work. But Cedric will walk out, and my husband will literally, run after Cedric all the time. He would run away. So it's like, well, if you can't do that, we can't accept you. I'm like, well, it's not that I don't want to. There's a 3-year-old involved. He's like, yeah, but we need to know if you're a good family.
I know we had one place that said because we didn't have our whole area fenced in, they wouldn't let us adopt. And I'm like,
Yeah, but then you're stuck with the dog and no one wants them. And then you kill
are
them.
you kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
like we didn't even have a fence till this summer when David built that fence for our little dogs, but they were always out on a leash. We didn't just let them run out to the road. You know, so
I'm not
sometimes it's
fenced
hard
in.
to adopt them.
I'm not fenced in,
No.
so no.
We have like a very small fence, and we built that for our sanity to let the little, because she was driving us crazy wanting out so much. So.
I find that, like, what she's saying is almost true. So at one point,
yeah.
my husband was so irritated, and I was so irritated when she said that, and my husband said something out loud, and I hope she heard him. She's like, and then you complain that no one wants your dogs or your cats. And you try to tell us, like the sad rope. Well, if this dog doesn't get a home, we're going to have to poke him and kill him.
Yeah, I know. And I agree they should do background checks, like make sure they're not adopting to someone who's got like a criminal background of hurting animals or something. But
yeah, but they still want $500 Canadian dollars. That was before COVID. They wanted $500 for a dog.
Yep.
So I'm like, wait a minute. Why does it cost we make sure that they're this, they're that, they're this. But I'm like, if I'm adopting a dog that's 3 years old, because the dog was 3 years old, he's already chopped, he's already vet proof, he's already this, he's already that. So like, I'm paying $500 for you to take care of him? And she didn't answer me.
Yeah. I know. And I mean, I know it costs them so much to run the shelters now. I get that. But a lot of the shelters are for profit now. They're not non-profit anymore.
Yeah.
So they're paying, like, I know the one here, they have a, what do you call it? Not a committee, but
a board.
A board, thank you. They've got a board. They all get money. They've got like a president, a vice president, a secretary, a treasurer. They all get paid salaries. It's a full-time job, Monday through Friday, that they work. And then they pay the people at the shelter now too. And then they do have volunteers that come in, but there's people who are at the shelter 7 days a week getting paid. It's not a volunteer thing anymore. So you stop being non-for-profit. It's $750 right now to adopt a cat from our shelter.
It's ridiculous.
Who is going to pay that?
Well,
and just because people think, well, if you can pay that, then you can take care of an animal properly. And that really makes me mad. Because my in-laws rescued a Yorkie dog, purebred Yorkie dog at 1 year old a few years ago. She's since gone on to heaven, but Princess was her name. These people paid like $3,000 for her, and this was like 20 years ago. Like, it was crazy money. She came with all this pedigree and all these papers and everything. They kept her in a cage her whole first year of her life. When my in-laws rescued her, you couldn't tell what kind of dog she was. She was so matted and underweight, and she was a teacup one. So Annie, she weighed nothing. I can't believe they saved her. And she ended up living like, I think, she was like 13 or 14. And those people had money. And they paid all that money to rescue that dog, or to pay for that dog, and they treated it like crap. So don't tell me people with money treat animals better. And people who don't have a lot of money, we shouldn't be dinged for not being able to have an animal in our lives.
Well,
animals make your life so much better.
Vet bills are very expensive. So if you can pay a dog that price, that means you can pay for the vet. That means you can take care of the dog. But this is where I say, how do you know? How do you know?
Yeah.
How do you know because you bought a $750 dog? How do you know after an interview that I can fill you up with so many lies to make you feel comfortable, and I'm going to leave with the dog and beat the crap out of it? I'm not saying that's what I'm doing, but like...
No, but you're right. I know. It just... I think... And then, of course, during lockdown, there was no dogs in shelters because everybody was home and they were
well, actually,
they've all gone back to work and they've taken the darn dogs back to the shelters.
Here in Quebec, when the news mentioned that the virus can be transferred to animals, our shelters were overflowing
for goodness sake,
with animals. People abandoned their animals to the shelters because they were so
scared. Yeah.
But like what the media said is that as a human, you can transfer it to the animal.
Yeah.
but they didn't say that the animal can transfer back to
Where are they
another
going
one.
to get it? They're not the ones leaving your house every day. We
No.
are. But yeah,
It-
so I do get upset because it shouldn't just be rich people who can have an animal.
No.
You know, like if anything, poor people need an animal more because they give you companionship, they give you love.
Yeah, that's
they
why
give you
one
a
of the
reason for
reasons
getting up every day.
I want a second one, because Theo's always alone. When I'm outside and working, he's always alone.
Yeah.
So I
mean,
want.
in a perfect world, I would have 10 or 15 dogs.
Oh, not me.
I love dogs. I love dogs, and I mean, not 10. I mean, if we had the space, maybe, but I would definitely. I wouldn't mind having a couple. I don't want puppies. I want dogs.
My dogs.
But yeah, so I'm just going to wrap up real quick, everyone. Thank you for coming. And if you haven't already subscribed to Annie, please subscribe so we can get her to 1,000 subscribers.
And
for
as
Christmas.
promised,
Let's do it for Christmas, but by the end of the year. And Annie says if she reaches 1,000 subscribers and her watch hours, because you guys got to watch her videos too, so she can get her watch hours. She is going to.
I'm gonna fill a pie plate with like whipped cream, and I'm gonna live.
So that's a reason. That's just one reason to go ahead and do it. But seriously, it would make Annie's year. Like,
oh
she
God,
would be
yes.
so appreciative. I know she would. And it's random act of kindness. It's a great thing to do for somebody, to help someone out. It doesn't cost you money. It might cost you a bit of your time, but you end up enjoying the videos, and you get something out of it too. And it's such an important milestone with this whole YouTube
yes
channel thing.
Right now, I have 960 at one place. And I have 946 at the other.
Okay. So come on, people. So if anyone's watching this as a replay, we want to get Annie 1,000 subscribers. We'd like to do it by Christmas, but I'll take it for the end of the year. We don't have that much longer, and it will be the 31st of December. So
we have 11 days.
Let's let us end 2022 with 1,000 subscribers. So thank you all for coming by. Annie, thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I hope we reach this milestone for you. And everybody have a Merry, 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 Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah if you celebrate that too. And we'll see you all probably after Christmas.
I'm doing more lives on my channel, so if you want to follow me there.
Are you going to do one on Sunday or?
Saturday, probably.
Christmas Day.
Probably Saturday, a quick live.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.